press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, so we shall study with the quadrilaterals. So in the last class we have discussed some basics about quadrilaterals. So we shall continue to study the chapter quadrilaterals. So now I will take a definition of quadrilateral. So what is definition of a quadrilateral? As you know, quadra means 4. So a quadrilateral is a 4-sided closed figure. It is a simple definition. It is a plain figure with 4 sides and 4 angles. It is a closed figure. So and it is having 2 dimensions, length and breadth. So it's a 2-dimensional figure. A quadrilateral can be defined as a closed 2-dimensional shape which has 4 straight sides. This is important. Straight sides. If they have curved sides, it cannot be a quadrilateral, because a figure which is having curved side is not a polygon. So a quadrilateral can be defined as a closed 2-dimensional shape which has 4 sides. So you can write some examples. So example, so in day-to-day life you will see lot of quadrilaterals. So for example, the classroom board is having a 4 corners and 4 straight lines, 4 sides, which is a quadrilateral. Your mobile screen is a quadrilateral. So the house entrance door is of a quadrilateral shape. Window is a quadrilateral shape, and in the sweet stall you might have seen a square is a quadrilateral. So you can have a square like this. A rectangle is a quadrilateral. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral may be of this shape. So you might have seen Kaju Barfi in the sweet stall. So it will be of this shape, Kaju Barfi. So this we call it as a special type of quadrilateral. You will understand it later. It is a parallelogram. So likewise, so a quadrilateral can be closed 2-dimensional. It is having length and breadth. So a square a square, a rectangle, a parallelogram. So need not be irregular figures like this. A quadrilateral can be of a irregular shape also, as we have discussed in the previous class. This is also a quadrilateral. This is having four sides and of different length. So A, B, C, D. Of course, it is of irregular shape. So these are the different sketches of a quadrilateral. Now we shall discuss about the properties of quadrilateral. So I am giving you very key points in this lesson. Side by side I am writing sketches and important points. I hope you are noting down those points. So after seeing the class video, I advise students to go through the textbook also once, so that you will understand the subject very well. So soon after seeing video, if you go through the textbook, it will be very clear to you. So always be in touch with the textbook also. Not only depend on the classroom lessons. Students should go through the textbooks. It will be helpful for you. Properties of the quadrilaterals. Properties of the quadrilaterals. These are general points about the quadrilateral. So I will draw a general simple quadrilateral sketch. I will draw. Say this is A, B, C, D. ABCD is a quadrilateral. It is having four sides and four vertices and four angles. So what are the important properties? So first one, four vertices. A quadrilateral has got four vertices. So in the given figure, I can name them. So in given figure, so A is one vertex, B, C and D. So these are four vertices. Second point, four sides. Four sides. So with respect to the given figure, what are the four sides? AB is one side, BC, CD and TA. So these are the four sides. So here AB and DC, these are called opposite sides. AB and DC are called opposite sides, and AD and CB are called opposite sides. So opposite sides. So you have to have this knowledge. Opposite sides AB and DC. AB and DC. Similarly, AD and BC. AD and BC. So these are called opposite sides in a quadrilateral. Opposite side of AB is DC, opposite side of AD is BC. Now, so if I talk of AB and AD, so these two, or if I talk of AB and CD, these two, they are called as adjacent sides. So adjacent to AB may be AD or it may be BC. So both are adjacent. So therefore adjacent sides. Adjacent sides. So what are the adjacent sides available? AB, AB and BC are adjacent. With respect to AB, I can say DA and AB, DA and AB are adjacent. See, these two are adjacent. See, any two sides which are originating from a vertex, DA and AB are adjacent, AB and BC are adjacent. If I take up this point, BC and CD are adjacent, BC and CD are adjacent sides. And if I take up D point, D vertex, DC and DA, DC and DA, DC and DA are adjacent sides. So therefore, 4 pairs of adjacent sides are there. You can observe 4 pairs of adjacent sides are there. So with respect to point vertex D, DC and DA are adjacent, AD and AB are adjacent, BA and BC are adjacent, these two are adjacent sides, and CB and CD are adjacent. So likewise you have to list. So there are 2 pairs of opposite sides and 4 pairs of adjacent sides in a quadrilateral. Now, angles. We shall talk about angles. So, there are 4 angles. As you can see, 4 angles. So, angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle T. So this is very clear. Now, again, AB are called as adjacent angles, A and C are called as opposite angles. So now I will list opposite angles in a quadrilateral. Opposite angles. Opposite angles. There are 2 pairs of opposite angles. AC are opposite angles, BD are opposite angles. So angle A and C are opposite angles and B and D are opposite angles. B and D are opposite angles in a quadrilateral. Now similarly adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. So adjacent angles, adjacent to A is B or adjacent to A is D also. So therefore AB, AD are adjacent, AB and C, angle B and angle C are adjacent. So likewise adjacent angles may be D and A, DA, angle D, angle D, angle A are adjacent. I will write here. adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. So D and A, angle D and A are adjacent. See, the two angles which are at the end of any line are said to be adjacent angles. So D and A are adjacent. A and B are adjacent. B and C are adjacent. B and C are adjacent. Similarly, C and D are adjacent. So, are adjacent pairs. Pair of angles. Adjacent pair of angles. So, there are four pairs. It may be DA, AB, BC or CD. Now, next comes, there are two diagonals in a quadrilateral. If you join the line D with B, so A with C, I will join this. You can see here, this is a diagonal, and I will join B with D. These two lines are known as diagonals in a quadrilateral. So, diagonals. So, what are diagonals? Lines, the line joining the opposite vertices. So, opposite vertices. So, therefore, AC and BD are diagonals. So, there are two diagonals in a quadrilateral. Now, more important thing is, see, you know that in a triangle, the sum of three angles ABC will be 180 degree. In case of a quadrilateral, the sum of angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D will be 360 degree. So, we will learn it how it comes. So, what will be the formula? In the next step we will learn. So, at this point you just remember sum of all interior angles. The sum of all interior angles is 360 degree. That is angle A plus B plus C plus D will be 360 degree. So, this is true for all types of quadrilaterals. It may be a square, it may be a rectangle, it may be a irregular quadrilateral like this, it may be a parallelogram, it may be a kite. So, it may be a rhombus. You will learn those things little while. So, it may be any closed geometrical figure with four sides. The sum of interior angles is 360 degree. Now, So now next topic is angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Angle sum property of a quadrilateral. See, you know, in a triangle, the angle sum property you have studied. The sum of three angles in a triangle is 180 degree. Whereas in a quadrilateral, as just we have discussed, the sum of angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So this is known as the angle sum property of the quadrilateral. So now we have to verify. Verification. So let us understand this, how it comes. Now, let this be a, so I will write a quadrilateral now. So let this be a quadrilateral ABCD. So to understand this 360 degree, we have to make some small correction. Join AC. So we are going to join AC. It is a diagonal, as you know. Now I will name this angle as 1. This is angle 1. This is angle 2. This is angle 3. This is angle 4. This is angle 5. And this is angle 6. Now, so now let ABCD be a quadrilateral. ABCD be a quadrilateral. Join AC. So we have joined. Now, from figure, triangle ADC, in triangle ADC, observe here, ADC, So we can have angle 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 180 degrees. We call this equation as 1. Now similarly ACB, or I will write triangle ABC. ABC. So in this triangle, angle 4 plus 5 plus 6, angle 4 plus 5 plus 6. So three angles of this triangle, we know that it is also equal to 180 degree. Now right hand side they are equal, therefore this is 180 and 180, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 4 plus 5 plus 6. So now add the two equations. So add 1 and 2. 1 plus 2. You will get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 180 plus 180 is 360. 360 degree. Now you observe here 1 and 6 put together is angle A. 3 and 4 put together is angle C. So I will rearrange this. So angle 2, so or I will write 1 and 6, I will write side by side. 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 1 plus 6, 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 is equal to 360 degree. 360 degree. So 1 plus 6 is angle A. So in place of 1 plus 6 I will write angle A. Angle 2 is nothing but angle D. So or I will take up 5 plus, first I will take 5. 1 plus 6 is angle A. Instead of 5 I will write angle B. And 3 plus 4 is, see, in these two is angle C, and angle 2 is nothing but angle D, is equal to 360 degree. So this is what is the angle sum property of the quadrilateral. The four angles, 2 plus 5 plus angle A and angle C. Therefore, angle A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 360 degree. So therefore, for any quadrilateral, the total interior angle, see if you divide, we have divided this into two triangles, 180 plus 180. So therefore, the total is 360 degree. The sum of angle of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. This is known as the angle sum property of the quadrilateral. I hope you have noted down this. Now I will erase this. Now, Now you please understand, when a quadrilateral is there, it is a four-sided figure. It was like this, and we have divided it into two triangles. So 180 of this triangle, 180 of this triangle, they become 360 degree. Suppose if we have a pentagon, let us say a five-sided figure like this. You observe carefully what happens. This is a pentagon. So I can draw one diagonal here, and from this point I can draw another diagonal here. So now the interior region is divided into three triangles. So in the similar fashion, this is 180 plus 180 plus 180. If you add up, you will get angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D plus angle F. So this value will be 180 plus 180 plus 180. So 540. In this case, this is 180 into 2, 180 into 2. In this case, it is 180 into 3, 180 into 3. So for a triangle, it is 180 into 1, 180 into 1. So 180. You observe here, 180 into 1. For a quadrilateral, it is 180 into 2, 180 into 2. So that is 360 degree, 360 degree. For a pentagon, you will get 180 into 3, 540 degree. So what is this 540? This is total of the all five interior angles. So interior angles is 540 degree. So similarly, for a hexagon, let us say a figure with 6 sides like this. So it is a hexagon. It is a hexagon. So 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. So in this case, we will get, if you join like this, so you can observe here, you can also join from here to here. You can convert 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. So therefore it becomes 180 into 4, 720 degree interior angle. So with this knowledge, we derive a formula. The formula is like this: n minus 2 into 180 degree is the interior angle of any polygon. So how it works, you observe. If n is equal to 3, this becomes 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 into 180 is 180 degree. So similarly, if I take up for a quadrilateral, n becomes 4. 4 minus 2 is 2, and these 2 we will get. So therefore, we will get 180 into 2, 360 degree. Similarly, if I want a interior angle total for a pentagon, so 5, n is equal to 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 into 180. 180 into 3 is 540. Similarly, for a hexagon, a figure with 6 sides, so 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 into 180 is 720. So therefore, for any polygon with n sides, the general formula for interior angle total is n minus 2 into 180. So n stands for the interior the number of sides in a polygon. Number of sides in a polygon. So general formula for sum of interior angles of any closed polygon so is given by n minus 2 into 180 degree where n stands for number of sides of the polygon. So therefore sum of angles in a triangle equals n minus 2 into 180, that equals 3 minus 2 into 180 into equals 180 degree. Now for a quadrilateral sum of angles using this formula, sum of angles is equal to n minus 2 into 180 is the general formula. N is 4 here, so therefore 4 minus 2 into 180, so that is equal to 360 degree. So similarly for pentagon, for hexagon, you can write. So this is the general formula for interior of any polygon. So n minus 2 into 180 degree. Then what is the total of interior angle of an octagon? So octagon will have 8 sides. So n minus 2 is 6 into 180. So that is the value of the total interior angle of the octagon. So that is how we have to calculate. See, each interior angle in a regular polygon. So what is regular? You know, a regular polygon is one which is having equal sides and equal angles. So now, interior angle in a polygon. Suppose I will take up first one, a square. A square. So a square, what is the total interior angle? So total interior angle, you know, general formula is n minus 2 into 180 degree. So therefore, we have to divide by 4 because in a square all angles are equal. So all sides are equal, all angles are 90 degree. So this is square. So therefore, interior angle in a regular polygon, each interior angle the total is 180 degree and each interior angle is only we have to calculate, means we have to divide by 4 because it is having 4 angles. So sum each interior angles equals each interior angle equals sum of total angles, that is n minus 2 into 180 degree. This is the general formula for regular polygon. Each angle divided by n. So for a square, n becomes 4. So therefore, n, so 4 minus 2 into 180 divided by 4. So 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 into 180 is 360. So this is 360 divided by 4, it is equal to 90 degree. So therefore, each angle in a square is 90 degree. So similarly, let us take up for a pentagon. So a pentagon is one which is having equal 5 sides and equal 5 angles. So this is a pentagon. Pentagon will be of this shape. This is pentagon. Okay. Now the same formula, each interior angle will be equal to n minus 2 into 180 divided by n. So here instead of 4 I will take 5 for n. So 5 minus 2 into 180 divided by 5. So you will get 540 divided by 5. So that is 5 ones are 0, 8, 108 degree. So therefore, in a pentagon, each angle will be 108 degree. Each angle will be 108 degree. So this is 108, this is 108, this is 108, 108, 108. So each interior angle in a pentagon will be 108 degree. Similarly, you can calculate for a hexagon, heptagon, octagon. So this is the general formula for finding the interior angle, each interior angle in a regular pentagon. So regular means it should have equal angle and equal side length. Now we shall discuss about the exterior angles in a polygon. So in a triangle, this is a triangle ABC. We have discussed exterior angles extensively. This is A, B, C. Exterior angle is one which is formed by extension of one side. Suppose if I extend this side, so this is the extended line. With the extended line, so one of the side, that is side BC, is forming angle. This is known as the exterior angle. Suppose if I extend BC, so this is the exterior angle formed. Now if I extend CA, if I extend CA, this is CA I have extended, this is the exterior angle. Now what is the value of exterior angle? Suppose we know that the sum of these three is 180 degree. So for example, if I take up, so this is say some say 50 degree, let us say 50 degree, and this is 60 degree, let us say, and say 50 plus 60 is 110, and this will be, this interior angle will be 70 degree. Now you have studied the linear pair angles. In this situation, you know that this exterior angle, so if I call this as ABC, this point is B, ABC, I will call this as D, E, F, let us say. Now this exterior angle ECD, this angle will be equal to, this total is 180, so 180 minus 60, this is 120. Now similarly this is 70, the total is 180, so therefore this is 110. So because these two are linear pair, again 50 and this angle are linear pair, therefore this is 130. Now you add the total of three exterior angles, so 130 plus 120 plus 110, 130, 120, 110. So this is 360. Observe this, 360 degree. Now take up a rectangle or a square, let us say a rectangle I will take up. This is a rectangle. Now extend the side, extend the side, extend the side, extend the side. This is exterior angle, exterior angle, exterior angle, exterior angle. Extended side and the one of the side of the polygon. So you know that this is 90 degree, therefore this is also 90. This is 90, therefore this is also 90. So this interior angle is 90, therefore this is also 90. This is 90, therefore this exterior angle is 90. Now observe, 90, 90, 90 and 90. Total will be 360. In the triangle also it is 360. In quadrilateral also it is 360. So likewise, the exterior angle total of any polygon, so it may be a quadrilateral, it may be a pentagon, it may be a hexagon, it may be a heptagon, it may be octagon of any side. The exterior angle total in all closed polygons will be 360 degree. Remember this. The interior angle increases as the number of sides increases. So the formula for interior angle total is n minus 2 into 180 degree. N minus 2 into 180 degree. Whereas the exterior angle total in all case is 360 degree only. So here it is 90 into 4 is equal to 360. So here also it is 360. For quadrilateral also it is 360. For triangle also it is 360. So you take up any figure for pentagon also you will get 360 only. So this is the main difference between interior angle and the exterior angle. So you note down the exterior angle for any convex polygon with n sides is 360 degree. The meaning of this is n may be anything. It may be 3, it may be 5, it may be 10, it may be any value. N may be any value. So n sides is 360 degree. You have these two figures, you will understand. So when this is 360 degree, each exterior angle for a regular polygon. So this is 360 degree is the total of the exterior angle in any regular polygon. So let us take up each exterior angle in a regular figure. For example, in a equilateral triangle. So what happens in an equilateral triangle? All interior angles will be 60 degree. So exterior angles will be 180 minus 60 is 120 degree. Each will be 120 degree. So that we have to understand. In a triangle, in a equilateral triangle, see total exterior angle is 360 degree. So therefore, each exterior angle equals 360 divided by 3, because it is a triangle, we will get 120 degree. So similarly, so for a square, let us say for a square, each exterior angle you can see is 90 degree. 360 divided by 4. For a square, each exterior angle equals 360 divided by 4 equals 90 degree. So these are for regular figures. So I will stop at this stage. So we shall take up the remaining topics under quadrilaterals in the next class. Thank you, students.